It's a new person. Who do we have here? I don't know who it is, but she looks like somebody who probably is kind of paranoid about what other people think. Always suspicious. Doubtful, dubious. Never really trusting of other people. Again, first we need to find out what she sounds like, and then we'll worry about a name. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, November 8th, and I've got about 10 minutes to get going. First thing, this is my work computer. I have issues that my headset doesn't connect. That's all internet phone calls. So they said shut down, don't restart it, shut it down, unplug it, plug it in the morning before you start it. I have a ghost. I hit shut down and every morning it's already back on again. So I have to shut down again. So I don't know what's going on with that, but weirdness. Okay, I've got 10 minutes to get my shit together. Today, my goal is to finish Alice. Okay, look how close I am. Got a little bit over there. Few little things there and there. So that's the goal. And the throwback tag. Now, I think Alicia, Miss Crochet and Coffee, is doing this tag too. So I gave it to her. I'm going to try and get it done today too. And my room's a mess. So anyway, I need to do a couple things real quick before we get started. And I appreciate y'all not, talking about the barfarama with me running around the house because, shut your eyes and just listen. I don't really have anything to show you when I'm jogging through the house. It's just, I don't get a lot of time to talk. So let me do this. I've got to use my phone to actually start the process. So let me get that part out of the way. Okay. I'm going to edit that part out. You don't need to see that. All right, I woke up before my alarm today, which is awesome. So not only actually took a shower, I actually made the bed and put on clothes. It's cold in my room in the afternoon and it's hot in the morning, so these would normally go all the way down, but they're skin tight, so they're hot, so I've got them pulled up just try and regulate a little body temperature. The hair is, however, wet, so we'll just run a brush through it real quick. I remembered my deodorant today. It tends to be the one thing I forget, and that's the one thing you don't want to, but I don't have time to dry my hair. But because I forget my deodorant so often, yeah, we got an extra, and I can reach that with my headset on. So I don't know how well this is going to work out. But I am going to record the video of me finishing this And the audio of the tag in between my phone calls and on my breaks and stuff. So we'll see if I can get through it. It's going to be really choppy stuff today, but I'm excited. I think I can get it done so that I can work on another one. Yay! All right, let me get you set up. Hold on. All right, now this is really low because I like to stand as much as possible during the day. So, and I don't want to do this because then the light bothers my eyes. I know, right? Picky, picky. So here's my fix, because this is what I could reach. I put Postit Notes under the light pad. Look at that. Brilliant. All right, I think we'll start on this side. Get that part finished. And get you so you can see me. I think that's pretty good. Good enough, right? It's good enough. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pause while I finish logging into work. All right, I think that's pretty good. I don't know if it's going to matter. Let me move it so you can't see my keyboard, just in case any of you are, you know, cyber assholes. I don't know. There we go. That's better. And I'll move my keyboard a little bit. There. Now, I don't think it's going to matter if you can see me hit the escape key. So, first question. What year were you born in? I was born in 1971. That was a quick one. Do you have any pictures of yourself from when you were younger? Yes, I do. If you do, show them. Okay. I'm going to insert those and put some audio over the top explaining what they are, because I don't know what I'm going to show yet. Hi, honey. I'm just finishing this video up. Sorry. I believe that's kindergarten. Oh, sorry. There's a better one. Kindergarten. I used to be blonde. And there's me as a baby. Dandelion salad. I think that's the last year I was blonde. I think that's first or second grade. That would be my brother and I. See that evil look on his face? He's about ready to shove my face in the dirt or something. I don't know. And let's see here. First marriage. And let's see here. That's it. That's good enough. And number 3, what TV shows did you grow up watching? Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm going to have to pause because I can't think of that and sign in all my systems at the same time. So I'll come back to that in just a second. Oops, sorry. Okay, so I think I might have done this tag before, but you know, I'll do it again. Probably get different answers. But I was checking my voicemail, and I want to play something for you because it made my day. Hey, hang on a second. I don't want to give you the private information.
I have an auto policy and a motorcycle policy with you guys. I just wanted to leave some kind of feedback for a representative of yours named Wendy. She did an amazing job. I was very frustrated with an earlier phone call with a different representative, and I wanted to cancel my coverages, and she really did a really good job. So I just wanted to give her credit. I don't know her last name. Her name's Wendy. She told me she's going to pay me over to this voicemail to get some feedback. So I really, really appreciate everything she did, and she did an awesome job. So if you give me a call if you have any questions or anything.
Don't call him. I got another one. Hold on.
I am a policyholder here, and I've been with you all for about going on 3 years. And I just wanted to give a thumbs up for Miss Wendy, who just helped me with some alternatives to my policy, some looking into some things to kind of bring my insurance payment down a little bit. And then just give me some advice about some different things. She was very patient. She was very thorough. She knew her stuff. And she was very polite. So I told her I wanted to give a thumbs up to her if they had a survey. So she's I can let her supervisor know. So I'm letting you know that Wendy did a great job today. I appreciate her and the time that she took and the patience. So thank you very much. Again, my name is
Thankful Thursday, because I'm thankful that those people were kind enough to ask if there was a way that they could, you know, let the company know that I did a good job. So thank you to them. And for any of you, if you actually do get good customer service from somebody, it does make a difference if you ask if you can leave feedback. You know, a lot of companies have those surveys, but I think it means even more if you ask to actually, you know, speak with somebody at a different pay range, pay scale, pay grade. That's what I'm looking for, pay grade. Ask to talk to somebody at a higher pay grade and let them know that you got great service from somebody, because it really does make a difference for those of us on the phones. So anyway, back to the show. Oh, and by the way, today is Shanda Seeley's birthday. Happy birthday, Shanda. All right. Question is, what TV shows did you grow up watching? I remember answering before that I liked Magilla Gorilla and the Monkees. I'm going to talk about what my parents watched, what I remember being on TV. But too young to pay attention myself. They would watch Archie Bunker, Sanford and Son, NYPD Blue. I kind of remember laughing a little bit. Johnny Carson. I remember them watching Roots. What else? I think that's about what I remember from that. What did you want to be when you grow up, and do you still want to be that? I wanted to be a veterinarian. No, I don't still want to be that. Love animals. I don't have the ambition for the whole medical thing, and I don't want to be responsible for the life of something. So probably more in training would be better, but I would still like to work with animals, but never did pursue it. Okay, I'm probably going to go to call soon, so I'm going to pause until after my next call. All right, show a video of yourself when you were younger. Oh, I'm going to have to dig in the archives for that. I don't know for sure if I'll get that out today. I'll certainly try. I have a lot of stuff on video, but trying to get it put into this is going to be a bit of a challenge. So I don't know how that's going to work. Probably have something on VHS, but I don't have a VHS player anymore. And the stuff that's on my video camera has those little cassette tapes, and I don't know if I have anything to play them on. So that's going to be a tough one. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to do that. That's going to be a project. What were your favorite toys to play with? Well, I answered that once before. So a new answer, I liked my Barbie Corvette, my big wheel. I used to have one of those lunch boxes on the back of my big wheel, and I like to take worms. All right, took a call right in the middle of that. I think I was talking about toys. Oh, so the worms in the big wheel. Yeah, so again, loved animals. And whenever it would rain, we had a really long driveway. So we lived on that little Harvey farm. and the worms would wash up on the driveway and they'd be, you know, wiggling around. So I'd pick them up and put them in the lunchbox of my big wheel and take them for a ride up and down the driveway. The only problem was, you know, I'd get called in for lunch and go inside, and by the time I got back, my worms were more like beef jerky. So, yeah. I didn't do well with small pets. But, yeah, so that was fun. Okay, yeah, but the big wheel, that was a good one. All right. What is the most embarrassing thing that you can remember doing? Well, I've done a few of these already. You'll have to go back in the videos, but I talked about when I got my braces stuck on the volleyball net. That was awesome. The time I was swimming in the pond with my cousin and decided the best way to get her attention was to scream help while all the adults were playing tennis. Yeah, that was good too. Those are the two that are kind of burned into my memory. But I explained those in full detail in a previous video. Read something you wrote when you were in kindergarten. Oh gosh, I'll have to look and see if I have any of that stuff. So that I'll probably have to come back to another time because I really would like to get this video out today. 3 songs you loved to listen to as a child. The Bee Gees, Tragedy. Yep, I had a portable 8-track player and I used to walk around the yard picking up sticks listening to that. I don't know that it was necessarily something I loved to listen to, but we had one of those little electric organs, and I had the songbooks that went with it, and the 2 songs I was trying to learn how to play was the theme song from MASH. Oh, that's another TV show, MASH. I used to watch that. Was the theme song from MASH and Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Those were the 2 songs that I was practicing, trying to play from memory. So there's your 3 songs. What was one funny thing you dressed up as for Halloween when you were younger? I didn't have funny costumes back then. I guess the only one I can remember, really, that wasn't just a store-bought plastic costume, was for my friend had a Halloween party at her house. It must have been junior high, I'm guessing, and I was a hobo. That's about all I remember. Not that, you know, being a hobo is funny, but yeah. Tell a funny story of something you remember happening when you were young. I'll have to think about that one, so I guess I'll pause for now so that there isn't a long silence while I'm trying to come up with something. So if you see this further done, you know how long it took me to figure out a funny story. All right, I was waiting for another call to come in. You know, we can see how many people are waiting for calls and how many whatever. So I thought for sure I was going to get one, but I sat here for 8 minutes waiting for my phone to ring. So I decided to just take my phone out of the queue so I could answer this question. So let's see here. I was on funny story from something I remember happening when I was young. Okay, so when we were very young, my mom, I told this story, how we had horses and then you get riding lessons because blah, 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 blah. So we were probably in 1st and 2nd grade, my brother and I, and we were taking, I believe, our very first riding lessons at a stable. And my brother was on a horse and I was on a pony. My brother's 2 years older than I am, but we were 1 year apart in school. Anyway, so he's on a horse, I'm on a pony, and I think even at that time, I don't remember if they were teaching us in Western saddles or not. my lessons were primarily hunt seat for any of you horse folk out there. I did hunt seat for many years, and then later on they wanted to kind of expand my abilities, thinking I was going to do shows or something, I guess. I don't know. And I did Western for a while. I hate it. And saddle seat. Hate it. Having done hunt seat all those years, you don't bounce on the horse when you ride hunt seat. Every time the horse's back would bounce, you post, which means you basically stand up, sit down, so that the horse is bouncing around underneath you. So with Western and saddle seat, you know, if the horse is trotting, you're bouncing all over hell. I hated it. But anyway, so I don't remember if this particular beginning lessons that we were taking, if we were in Western saddles or not. Probably, I'm guessing, I don't know. But they had us both in the ring, and it's like, you know, just a big oval indoor arena inside of a barn, and you go around and around and around and around. And I was behind my brother on his pony, and on his horse, and me on my pony. And it was like watching a slow motion car wreck. So his horse tripped, stumbled, and continued to fall and roll over and get back up. And the entire time, my brother stayed in the saddle. So the horse fell down, rolled over, and popped back up. My brother was still in the saddle. That was funny as hell. He wasn't hurt. I mean, it wasn't funny at the time. It was scary as shit. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to do this anymore. But yeah, it's funny now. And then as long as I'm on funny-ish horse stories, years later, another different stable where we kept our horses, they had a Shetland pony, which is, you know, like the size of a Great Dane. Probably even smaller. Their back is probably lower than a Great Dane. They're literally like, I can't even show you. Their back is lower than my table. My table is probably 3 feet high. So their back is probably 2.5 feet off the ground. I mean, they're tiny little things. You've seen them. And I was with my cousins and their mom. We went to the stable because whoever the stable keep was going to let us all ride the Shetland pony. And the little Shetland pony would go over little tiny jumps. And so my cousin, one of my cousins rode around, you know, 3 or 4 times around the ring. And then my other cousin, it was her turn next. There was 3 girls, my 2 cousins and myself. So then my second cousin gets on and goes around the ring, and on her second lap, when the pony goes to jump over the little pretend fence, she falls off and breaks her arm. So of course, you know, we got to take her to the hospital and everything else. And I didn't get to ride the little pony. But how do you fall off a 2-foot horse and break your arm? I mean, really? I don't know how that happens, but I guess it doesn't take much. I mean, like I've said before, you can drown in your soup. So those are my 2 horse funny stories-ish, funny-ish. Funny because they didn't happen to me. Wouldn't have been funny if it was me. But all right, let's see what else we've got on here. So let's see. Are there any special things you've kept from when you were a child? Oh, I've got to think about that one. So again, I'm going to pause and clock back in, maybe take a call, and then answer this. I thought of something. Oops, sorry. I know, you're like right in my lap. I'm going to go see if I can find it real quick. It shouldn't be hard to find if I have it. Okay, I found a few things. Now, again, when we moved, we got rid of like everything. Okay, just kept a few things. And most of what I kept, you know, it had to be small. So this is the first thing. This is all stuff from my jewelry box. So these. Ooh, Jesus. Okay, hang on. Sorry. These hideous earrings. Okay. Clip-on earrings. My mother loved to go to Richmond, Illinois. That was like 15, 20 minutes from where I grew up. And it is a community full of antique stores. And we would go there a lot, she and I. And I'm talking before I was old enough to go to school. So she'd take me with, and I learned how to behave in a store full of cut glass. That was what she collected, cut glass. But this one particular time, she let me pick out something from the jewelry case at the cash register. And I picked out these because I thought they were just so beautiful. So I have those. I was probably, I don't know, 4 or so when I picked those out. Yeah, those are lovely. Oops, dropped it. Okay, so that's something that was mine. All right. Then we have, this isn't particularly important to me, but yeah, I was in the Brownies for like 4 weeks. And I don't know, I don't remember exactly why it didn't last, but it was one of those things. I joined later than everybody else, and it was to socialize me because I was not social, and it just, yeah, I didn't feel like I fit in, and I didn't last long in that. So, yeah, that was from that. This was my grandmother's, my dad's mom. She traveled a lot and, you know, had all the coins from all the places put on a bracelet. And my dad's mother passed away on Christmas, 1993. And so all the granddaughters got to pick out a couple pieces of her jewelry. And I chose this one because it just kind of, it wasn't just, you know, I didn't pick it out for the value of it or the gems or anything. I picked it out because it kind of told her life story, and that meant a lot to me. It's way too small to actually put on. There's no way, but I've worn it as a costume piece for Halloween. Like when I've been a zombie or a vampire or whatever, I'll pin it to my skirt to make the rattling noises when I walk around. But that was my grandmother's. This one was my mother's charm bracelet from her travels around the world. And I really like that. And again, my mom passed away in December of, let's see, what year was that? I think, gosh, I tried to block it from my memory. That was the year I ended up in the hospital after she died for depression. But let's see, so what year is it? Is it 98? I think she died 3 years ago, 2005 maybe? I don't know, I'd have to look. I think she died in 05. I think December. But this was my mom. So that, I remember playing with this all the time when I was a little girl because the different little charms do things. Like this one. I'm playing blind here, but I can't see what I'm doing. Here. There. See? A little carriage opens up. But yeah, I remember playing with this all the time. So, yeah. A little, but yeah, so that, and then when my dad left, he left behind his jewelry box, and I did have that until we moved, but it was one of the things that we sacrificed. But this was his Zippo from when I was growing up He always had a Zippo, so I have my dad's Zippo. My dad's not dead. He's still with us. But anyway, yeah. So those are things from my childhood that I remember and have. And they're all very small. Fit them all in the palm of my hand. So that's what I kept. Okay. Moving on. All right. What was something weird you used to do as a child? All right. I'm gonna have to think about this one too. I suppose I could defer back to, you know, taking worms for rides in my big wheel lunchbox, but I think that's cheating. Let's see. That's a really horrible angle for you. Trying to get it so you can see and I can, let me move you. There we go. Okay. Weird as a child. Like everything. I did everything weird. I used to play with my food a lot. I liked salami for beer. If you don't know what that is, it's like bologna, but it had little dots of like fat in it, and I would pick the fat out with my teeth, kind of like make Swiss cheese out of it till all the fat was gone, and then I'd peel the, like that band that was around it. It was edible, peel that off, and then eat it, and yeah, it would take me like a half an hour to eat one piece of lunch meat. That was weird. Didn't like my food to touch, still don't like my food to touch. I'm better about it. I mean, I don't freak out and have to go wash my plate in between, you know, different things that are on it. But yeah, I used to be really bad about that. Let's see, what is that? I don't know what that is. It fell off. I'm going to go with, get rid of it because I don't know what it is. Okay, I don't know what I just did. I think, was I just sticking black in there? I don't know what I did. I'm going to have to play back the tape to see if I was sticking the wrong things there. It probably doesn't really matter because they're so close. I don't know. Let me see here. Oh, what kind of luck was that? So I connect. My system is down. I guess I'll ask if anybody else is having issues. What was the question? I don't remember. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, I was trying to figure out whether or not I screwed this up. So let's see, I'm working on blue. Yep, I think I stuck blue ones on the black. Or, I don't know what I did. No, maybe not. I think I'm okay. Yeah, I think I'm okay. Whatever, they're so damn close together in color, I guess it doesn't really matter. Nobody's going to notice. And that one I pulled off was probably one of these. I bet you anything, but that's okay. It's only one. The other one apparently fell too. Okay. No, I think I did it okay. Because I'm doing these. No, okay, so everybody else is able to get in but me. Restart first and then I'm able to start connect. Please start connect or contact the service desk. Okay. Alright, so close it all down and restart. Oh my god. Yawn, yawn. Alright. Let's see here. I know, sorry. I suck. Give me 1 second. Okay. What's the scariest thing you remember that happened to you when you were younger? Okay. I remember when my parents were taking us somewhere on vacation. I don't remember where we were going, but we were in the airplane and the plane began to descend much earlier than it should have been. You know, I'd asked, how long is the flight? I'm guessing. I don't really remember the details of how it came to be, but whatever it was much too early for us to be landing, and the plane started to descend. And everybody seemed very calm as I looked around the cabin. But I was petrified because I thought we were crashing. But because I'm so chronically shy as a child, I didn't speak up and ask any questions. I just sat in silence, terrified, thinking that my life was about to end as we descended lower and lower, and the buildings were, you know, very, very close. and I found out we had a layover, like in Washington, D.C. or something. I don't remember where the heck it was, but yeah, I was so upset with my parents. My dad in particular was the one sitting next to me, that they didn't tell us that we had a layover because I thought I was about to die. But yeah, I didn't speak up. I didn't ask questions. I didn't bother anybody. I just sat there quietly waiting for my life to end. That was kind of scary. Another time, I think I was probably 7, my godmother took me to see in the theater When a Stranger Calls. Nightmares after that. But apparently that's why I became such a fan of horror movies. I used to love going to scary movies and haunted houses and all of that until I got older, and now I don't like haunted houses nearly as much as I used to. Now they create a little bit of anxiety rather than just fun, kind of panicky fear and adrenaline. Now it's more of an anxiety attack where it's not fun anymore. And I don't really enjoy slasher movies and stuff anymore. I still like a good suspense film, but not the slasher stuff. I don't like necessarily being startled anymore from a movie, but creepy as hell, yeah, I can deal with that, but not the adrenaline rush and the startling. Those I can't do quite as well as I used to. Oh, yeah, I don't know. All right, why isn't my computer starting up again? Come on. Trying to get it going. All right. And the last question, number 15. How is the world now different from how it was like when you were a child? Well, there's a lot more bad words on TV. You ever see George Carlin's stand-up routine about the words that can't be said on television. Yeah, you can say, I think, all but one of them now. Tosh.0, he just did a little snippet about that just in the last week or so that we watched. Now, of course, we watch a lot of reruns of that, so I don't know how old it was, but yeah. The 7 things you can't say on TV or whatever, and they're down to like only 2 of them now that you can't say. So a lot of that, way more violence on television. Back then, they used to be able to advertise cigarettes on TV. We went through a while there where you couldn't advertise hard liquor on TV anymore. It was just beer. Now we're back to hard liquor on TV again. A lot more people used to smoke cigarettes back then. You had to find more ways to entertain yourself. Electronics and internet and TV and Netflix and all that electronic media to entertain yourself wasn't there. It was more, I feel like it was more time spent with the family, less time spent with, you know, an alternate reality. I don't think it was like as common for people to go to college when I was really young. By the time I was of age, I think, you know, with the 80s and, you know, people were financially, you know, the economy was doing really well compared to the 70s and all that, and more and more and more people were going off to school. When I graduated high school, it's more like most everybody was going to go on to college. Now, of course, that's because I grew up in, you know, it wasn't like, probably where I grew up, it was just more common. People were more financially able to send their kids to school, or the kids were getting financial assistance and stuff. It was more common than not. What is this? Password expired and must be changed. Old password. Oh, my password expires today. New password. Ugh. I hate it when they make you change like more than so many characters in your password, blah, blah, blah. Is it going to work? Yes. Okay, that's why I got kicked out. My password expired. Okay, doke. Lucky me. So those are some basic differences. I don't know. I'm sure if I just sat here, I could ramble on. You know, we used to have to walk 2 miles each way uphill in the snow to get to school. Yeah, I had to walk to school in junior high through a field that was like 2 foot tall weeds, and it was always dew covered in the morning, so my pants were always wet from the knee down. Yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, I think the major difference is I think families spent more time interacting with each other than with electronics. Absolutely. We used to play games all the time as a family. Board games, card games. You know, it started out with board games when we were younger. Trivial Pursuit, things like that. you know, junior high, probably. We didn't play a lot of games in elementary school. My mom was not the type to play shoots and ladders with you. It was not going to happen. She hated Monopoly, all that stuff. But yeah, we spent a lot of time playing games. Playing games as a family, mostly card games when we got to be in high school. You know, play hearts and spades and all that. And I would have liked to have kept that tradition going, but yeah, my new family doesn't like to do that stuff, so oh well. Okay, I've answered my questions. I don't know. Oh, I'm at 40 minutes. Okay, it's way longer than I thought. So I'm going to try and get this put out. I just need to put the beginning and the end of the title and produce and actually get one out same day. That, like, never happens. Okay, bye, guys.
We're going to leave it up to you. What's my name? Put a comment below. Who am I? Where am I from? What's my backstory? I don't know if I'm going to be around very much longer, but let's put it out there for you guys. Create my backstory. Who am I? Okay, I think that's enough. You've got a feel for me.
Would you mind cleaning up after dinner tonight?
No, that's fine. I'll clean up.
Hello and welcome to the Mental Health Hotline. If you are obsessive compulsive, press 1 repeatedly. If you are codependent, ask someone to press 2 for you. If you have multiple personalities, press 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you are paranoid, we know what you are and what you want. Stay on the line and we'll trace your call. If you're delusional, press 7 and your call will be transferred to the mothership. If you are schizophrenic, listen carefully and a small voice will tell you which number to press. If you are depressive, it doesn't matter which number you press, no one will answer you.